What's going on, fam? You know what it is. It's your boy. It's your man. It's the homie. It's your dog. We back, we back. What up, 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 what up? It's your boy. What's good? It's your man, VACAY-J. Back in the building once again. Out here, what's good, what's good? I see you, I see you. Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me know you can hear me loud and clear, family. You know how we do. VACAY-JayTV, back in the building. I see y'all. What's good? I see the love. Tap that screen if you're on your phone for the likes. Tap that screen if you're on your phone for the likes, family. Yeah, Vacay Saturdays, we here, we back. On location in an undisclosed location. What's good? I see you. How we doing? Hey, Demetria, how we doing? Hey, can you hear me loud and clear? Y'all can hear me loud and clear. Tap that screen if you're on your phone. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. VACAY-JayTV, undisclosed location. What's good, DeMarcus? I see you. Salute. What's good, family? We in the building. Pops is in the building today. Big Pops is in the building. That's my Pops right there. Rest in peace to the king. You know what I mean? What's good? What a great week, fam. I'm just out here by the pool. You know, undisclosed location, family. Yeah, we gonna get into it. We gonna get into the BMF. We gonna get into a lot of stuff, man. Y'all see the thumbnail, right? A lot to talk about. Man, you can hear me loud and clear, though. As long as we can hear me loud and clear. Man, what a crazy week. Before I get started, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Super shout out to my niece. Graduated. You know what I'm saying? My niece graduated from high school. Cum laude, man. Cum laude. You know, my sister's like, yeah, you know, she could have done better. I'm like, listen, she's done way more than we could ever do. We ain't never do no cum laude. I'm somebody, but I wasn't no cum laude. You know what I mean? So shout out to my niece. That's her right there. That's her as a baby. Let me try to get the picture of her with the graduation. Here we are. Shout out to my niece. Yeah. Graduated cum laude, family. So shout out to my baby girl, Leah. Super proud of her, man. Super proud of my baby girl. She did it. Man, on to the next, family. On to the next. So you already know, family. You know what we're here for, right? You know we're here to talk about a lot of different things, man. A lot of different things. Shout out to my moms. Visited my moms. It's my mom right there. Shout out to my mom. She doing well. She's in the hospital, fam, so definitely pray for her. Pray for her on that. All right, pray for my moms, pray for my niece. We doing our thing. So let's get to it. Family, have you seen BMF? Let's talk about it real quick, and then we're gonna talk about Straw. We're gonna talk about Lil Wayne's album. And then we're gonna talk about what else? The Shy, of course. We're gonna talk about The Shy. Thank you, Demetria. Thank you for the love. Super proud of the fam, super proud of my niece. She worked real hard. Cum laude, baby. You know? Yeah, you already know. Yeah, thank you, Karima. Hey, Karima, thank you for praying for my moms. She's getting better. She's in rehab. She has hip surgery and stuff, but you know, when you 80 years old, fam, it don't get easier, you know what I mean? So this is her second hip surgery. So now, you know, she's walking around, she's doing rehab. You know, they gotta kind of learn how to walk again with the stuff inside of her, you know what I mean? Yeah, so fam, have you seen BMF, fam? If you've seen BMF, you know Lamar is back. I know a lot of y'all probably saw it. I've been real busy with the fam, so I haven't been able to do like a recap or anything like that. But so far as episode 1, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar's back, but before that, T and Meech is fighting each other. And then they got a glimpse of like them in Mexico and Meech getting bit by a snake. Yeah, it was crazy. So I guess they're gonna go flashback to the Mexico thing, back and forth, let us know what was going on in Mexico, right? So I'm open for it. I'm open for it. B Mickey's back, right? B Mickey took care of Lamar real quick, but Lamar, you know, he ain't going nowhere no time soon. He back. You know what I mean? So I thought the first episode of BMF was cool. I ain't mad at it. You know, baby girl, she graduated. Nicole, she graduated. You know, and Meech gave her a car. I'm not trying to spoil it for those who haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I thought it was cool. If I was to rate BMF, the first episode of the new season, I'd probably give it a nice 7. I'll give it a good 7. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of action. There's a lot more to explain. There's a lot more to talk about, a lot more to explain when it comes down to, you know, why they was running around in Mexico. I know they're trying to get their connect out. I'm trying to understand why dude was wearing a dress and a wig, right? Talking about a fake date and all of this and that. So I want to know what happened in Mexico. So I guess that's what's going to hook us to watch the rest of the season. I'm outside, family. I'm outside next to the pool. And you know in Florida, it's humid out here, so you're going to see a little bit of sweat going on. You know, when I'm in Vegas, ain't no sweat going on because it's dry heat. You know what I mean? Because it's dry heat. Thank you, DeMarcus. Thank you for saying congratulations to my niece. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So I would give it I would give BMF first episode, I'll give it a good 7. I'll give it a solid 7. You know what I mean? Again, they got a lot to make up for from last season, because last season I was like, nah, I wasn't feeling it. So I'm glad Lamar's back. Seems like he's gonna be a formidable enemy, even though he got popped in the beginning. You know he's gonna survive that. He's gonna come back, he's gonna survive that. It's gonna be all good. We're gonna see some good stuff. But really it's gonna be T against Meech, Meech against T as well. And also the surprise with Detective Bryant. That's his name, Detective Bryant, yeah. He was in Atlanta at the, what was it? The Alcohol Anonymous. He was out there acting like he was somebody else under a different name. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that. All right. So let me know. What are your thoughts on BMF? Hit that like button, fam. Appreciate you for coming through. You know what it is. All right. Let's talk about the next thing. Shout out once again to Tyler Perry with the #1 movie in the U.S. territories and worldwide. It's #1 because everybody watches Netflix. That new Tyler Perry Straw. Now, again, I did a trailer breakdown on that. Looked kind of wild. I did watch it. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go on Netflix, watch Straw. Let me know what you think. Come back to this live and let me know what you think. I watched it, fam. I watched it. And I see, you know, I ain't watched nobody else, but I see a couple people, you know, giving their take on it. Some people saying it's the worst. Some people saying this. I didn't think it was bad at all. I actually know a lot of single moms out there, a lot of single moms taking care of their kids and struggling and going through all of this and that. And probably those cats who saying it's the worst is because they probably can't relate to it, you know, and no disrespect to anybody that comes from a 2-family home or comes from, you know, whatever, or they just in a bubble and they just don't understand, you know, what's going on with a single mom just trying to make it. Tyler Perry put every bad scenario in this young lady's hands. Janiyah, that's her name, Janiyah. Her child is sick. She barely make any money on the job. It's a dead-end job. Her manager's an ass. You know what I'm saying? She got one friend on the job that's looking out for her. Her baby sick, gotta give her medicine. She's about to get evicted. In fact, she got evicted, right? She just wanted to get $40 for her baby girl to get lunch so the principal and the teachers and the kids would stop, you know, teasing her. That's all she wanted to do. You know what I mean? And it turned into a crazy mess, yo. A crazy mess. I'm trying not to spoil it. If you haven't seen Straw, make sure you go see Straw on Netflix after this, not right now, but after this. Go see Straw, check it out, come back to this live, let me know what you think about it, all right? But if you have seen it, what do you think about it? Let me see. What? From what you talk, like, fam, gee, what's wrong with? What you saying, dog? I don't understand what you saying, bro. I have no idea, bro. If you're not making sense, you already know. I gotta do what I gotta do, because I don't understand what you're saying. So, if you saw Straw, what did you think about Straw? And if you haven't seen Straw, are you interested in seeing Straw? Because to me, it was good. It was good. It was good. It was very emotional. Now, if you can handle all the emotions that comes with a single mom and all odds against her and all the crazy stuff that goes on when somebody just has what they call bad luck, Janiyah had super bad luck. Just super bad from the beginning to the end. And there's a twist in it too. So like I said, I'm not trying to spoil it, but make sure you go watch it. And if you have seen it, let me know your thoughts, man. This movie was wild. Like, actually, me and my niece watched it. It was wild. You know, I told my sister about it. She was like, nah, I can't watch it. It's too emotional, too close to home. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of cats that's like saying it's the worst and all this and that, they can't relate, you know, even though my parents split, my mom raised me as a single mother, you know what I'm saying? So, and we went through all the ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? We went through all the ups and downs of it all. While she was trying to find a right job, you know what I mean? Pops definitely, you know, he was there, he was in my life. You know, he invested in me, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, yo, if we ain't gonna work out, mom gotta find her own work. So that's what she had to do. So I related to this in many different ways. Shout out to all the single moms out there. Shout out to every woman out there that's trying to make it, you know what I mean? Trying to take care of their family. They're trying to do it all, fam, and it's not easy. So shout out to every mother out there, every single mom that's out there trying to make it. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. And shout out to the mothers, period. Even the mothers that are married going through some stressful times. And, you know, sometimes the husband, he needs to be more supportive. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's situations like that. So, yeah, man, I give this a good 8. 8 out of 10, I give it a good 8. I give it a good 8. All right? Check out Straw. Let me know if you saw it. If you saw it, drop your comments below. Let me know what you thought about it. And put your rating as well. Put your rating as well. All right? Bet. Okay. What we going to talk about next? We going to talk about this right now. We sliding over a little bit. Because you know, music producer, YouTuber now, engineer, all of that. Music is my first love. You know what I mean? So let's talk about this right here. Lil Wayne and this latest album that he put out. Fam, I'm seeing everybody drag this album. Man, Lil Wayne, they say he's the GOAT. Lil Wayne, to be honest with you, I'm from a different school, so Lil Wayne, I thought he was good, but he's never been like my top 5. Never been my top 5. I like a couple of songs that he's done, but he's never been my top 5. You know what I mean? He's never been my top 5. But yeah, man, Lil Weezy, man, this album, the Carter 6? I listened to it. I did listen to it last night. I listened to it before I saw everybody else commenting on it. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's not a good look. It's not a good album, to be honest with you. It's not good. It's just not. It's just not. There's probably a couple songs on there that I'm just like, yeah, this is dope. Yeah, I like this. But other than that, bruh, nah, man, I was not feeling this album, man. And they say he the GOAT. You know, my GOATs is like Rakim, Karis One, you know, Big Daddy Kane, you know, Public Enemy, Run DMC. Those are my GOATs, right? LL, right? Those are my GOATs. But this generation right here, I know they feeling it, you know. The millennials, they upset. The Gen Zs is like, yeah, see? Somebody made a point though. Somebody made a point. They said, yeah, Lil Wayne back in the day, when he did the Carter 3, he was talking about, you know, drugs and sex and stuff like that. He was talking about all that stuff. But now, we at the Carter 6. Everybody that was young then is now grown. They knocking on 40. That was his fans. And he's saying the same stuff. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, fam. It's not gonna work. If y'all listen to this album, let me know your thoughts on it. I heard a couple songs. I was like, damn, Weezy. This one ain't good. This one ain't good. So, you know, a lot of people saying, hey, well, he pretty much gave us the reason why they didn't pick him for the Super Bowl. Damn. Well, like it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. What you gonna do? Shout out to everybody. Welcome to Vacay Saturdays. Welcome to Vacay Saturdays. If you online, if you could hit me loud and clear, definitely, if you're on your phone, tap that screen for the likes and absolutely chime in below. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. I'm at an undisclosed location. We outside, and yeah, we talking about Weezy, man. We talking about this album. I try to give it a chance, you know. Around track 8, 9, I was like, bruh, this is just not good, bruh. Just not good. And I'm not the only one saying that. I'm not the only one saying that. Some people who like Weezy will always like Weezy, but like I said, he's not my top 5. He's not in my top 10 either. He cool, he good, but this album wasn't good, man. It wasn't good. And it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I was even expecting something fire. And there wasn't nothing fire on the album. There's some good songs on there, but there's nothing fire on this album. It's very disappointing. Very disappointing, fam. Very disappointing. What you gonna do? What can you do? You know what I mean? It is what it is. Time for Weezy to hang it up. Some say it's time for Weezy to retire. You know, like you kind of messing up your GOAT status. Some people say he was the GOAT. They saying that this album is messing up the GOAT status, fam. So what do you think? Drop your comments below if you heard this album. Let me know you can still hear me. Am I still on? Am I still live? Let me know you can still hear me in the chat. Let me know it's all good. Yeah, Weezy album. Not good, man. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Okay. Family, let me know. Drop your comments below. Fam, I just did a video. I just did a recap of The Chi. Check out one of the thumbnails with Emmett and his baby mamas. The name of the episode was called Mother's Day. So here's him with the baby mamas and all of that. That's AI generated though. AI generated. But fam, what did you think about The Chi? Did you like The Chi? Was you feeling the Mother's Day? Was it okay? Wasn't as intense as the last one. Last one was good. Last one was good. But we talking now Mother's Day. Ain't no wars going on Mother's Day. Ain't none of that stuff going on. People just talking. It was an okay episode. I think it was okay. Not a filler episode because, you know, we found out a lot of things. Emmett's baby mama right here. She about to take Emmett's son, Pittsburgh. You know, of course he got a problem with that because he wants to keep the family together, his sons together. It is what it is, you know. But this was an okay episode. You know what I'm saying? What you guys think of this episode? Like I said, I did a video. I did a recap, so check out the recap. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I'm talking about The Chi right now. And yeah, definitely let me know. Drop your comments below what you think about this episode right here. Episode 4, Mother's Day. Check out the recap. Check out the recap. Yeah, a lot going on, a lot going on. What's going on, Nanette? Hey, Nanette, how you doing? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good? Do you hear any outside? Do you hear any outside noise? Let me know if you hear any outside noise. So I think this thing is working. You can hear me? You don't hear any outside noise? If you don't, say no. No outside noise? Okay. Cool. What'd you say? What's so sad? What's so sad, Nanette? Welcome to Vacay Saturdays. Your man VACAY-J. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're here for the first time. What you say is sad, Nanette? You said so sad. What's so sad? You talking about Lil Wayne's album? Are you talking about Lil Wayne's album? Is that what you're talking about? I need to sit down. See if I can sit down. Out here next to the pool. Poolside, poolside. Okay, I think we good. I think we good. There we go. Now I get a chance to sit down. Poolside, fam. What's so sad? What's so sad? Can you hear me loud and clear? Yeah. Oh, the Shy? Oh, the Shy TV show. It's sad. You not feeling it? You not feeling it so far? Some people feeling it. Some people like, yo, this is good. This is great. You know, some people feeling it. You know? I mean, I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving it a chance because last season I was just not feeling last season. Well, part 2 of last season. So I'm trying to give it a chance, you know, and so far, first episode to me was pretty good because of the pacing. It's pretty fast, you know, people was just in and out. They would say their lines, 3 or 4 or 5 lines, done. Next person, next scene, you know, it was done pretty fast, but now they kind of dragging out the scenes, maybe because it's different writers, different directors, so we'll see. You're not feeling it, huh? You're not feeling it? You're not feeling Emmett, his whole baby mama situation, and Tiff and Nuck, and Reg is back. Brandon ain't back, though. You know, a lot of people talking about bringing Brandon back, but there's so much controversy over that Brandon thing. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. Plus, you know, they already killed him off on the show a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? But they could always twist and be like, nah, that was a fake funeral. He was alive and he was in protective custody. That's what I said. You know, if you're going to bring him back, be like, yeah, he was in protective custody away from Duda because he gave up information on Duda, so they made it a fake funeral, you know? So somehow, some way, you're heartbroken, you're not feeling it, huh? I'm interested to see why you don't feel the Shy. Because some people feeling it, some people just like, nah, they're not feeling it. You know, I think it's okay so far. You know, there's a lot to work with. Reg is back, and you know, there's a whole lot of stuff. What's good, Stephen Harris? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? You good? Everybody good? Yeah, I'm in an undisclosed location right now. You know what I'm saying? We down in Florida, where it's mad humid out here. You know what I'm saying? You see, got the sweat on my arms. You know what I'm saying? We out here next to the pool at the fam spot. You know what I mean? But we talking about this whole Shy thing. You know what I mean? Some people feeling it, some people not. You know, you feeling the Shy or what? Yeah, I said it earlier. I'll tell you again. So far, first episode, I give it a solid 7. You know, it was pretty. I mean, who knew that your boy Lamar could really sing? You know what I'm saying? Like the dude that plays Lamar, he could really sing. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a Martin Luther King moment. We shall overcome. He playing the piano. I'm like, this dude talented, man. Lamar's in the wrong business. Lamar should be on the road with Charles right now. You know what I'm saying? Playing piano and singing. That's what he need to do. He choosing the wrong career, man. You know what I mean? Like Lamar should be on the road with Charles singing gospel. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it, fam. He should be on the road right now singing gospel. But like I said, I give it a solid 7. Cause Lamar's back. B Mickey popped out of nowhere. You know what I mean? He got a He got a new lady that got a baby and looks like the baby's sick. She got like oxygen in her nose. I was like, dang. But your boy B Mickey want back in. It's obvious he wants back in. He needs to get back in because he got this baby girl to take care of, man. Like she got oxygen tank like crazy. This is wild. It's wild. I'm like, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How'd you feel about it? What you think about it, Stephen Harris? What did you rate episode 1 of season 4 of BMF? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Drop your comments below. Definitely hit that. Tap that screen if you're on your phone, man, for the likes. But like I said, I thought it was a solid 7. You know what I'm saying? Solid 7. I'm giving him a chance. The whole glimpse back and forth to Mexico, I don't know if that's going to get on my nerves or not. Yeah, you give it a solid 7 too? Okay, yeah. I give it a solid 7. Yeah. Oh, Net, you was sick with a cold in 2024? Man. Well, I'm glad you better. Yeah, you give it a solid. Yeah, I give it a solid 7, bro. Like so far, like I said, I'm giving it a chance. You know, they leaving a lot to mystery when it comes down to what's going on with T and what's going on with Meech, right? They fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like T is threatening Jay from St. Louis. And Jay like, yo, only talk to Meech. Only talk to your little brother. Leave me alone. Markeisha, she trying to come up in the game. You know, she checking on him. Man, like, this is going to be wild. Markeisha trying to get in the game. She going to talk to her man. She talked to her husband that's locked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be wild. Antoine Herring in the building. Queens Nation. Salute. What up? I'm on the East Coast right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm up in Florida with the fam right now. Baby girl graduated, you know what I'm saying? So my baby girl, my niece, she graduated, so congratulations to her. You know, we outside right now next to the pool, just chilling. You know what I mean? But it's mad humid. You know, I'm a Vegas guy right now. Right now, my forearms are sweating. It's mad humidity up out this motherfucker, boy. Bruh, my body ain't used to it, but it is what it is. But yeah, fam, I give BMF. What y'all think about BMF? Antoine, what you think about BMF, man? Think about that first episode of BMF. You know, Antoine gave it a 7. I gave it a 7. Like, I give it a solid 7. You know what I mean? I give it a solid 7. You know, out the gate. Oh, she definitely is, bro. Markeisha, she the type to do anything for whatever she needs, right? I mean, when you going back to your ex-husband who tried to unalive you and T, cause you was hollering at T and your man's blast like crazy. He talking about, yeah, you still love me, so keep your legs closed. It was like, she's like, yeah, whatever. She's gonna do whatever it takes to get to the top. I wanna know how this is gonna work out. Markeisha's definitely a snake, man. She's definitely a snake. Total opposite of the character she's playing, which is Dom in The Shy, right? Because Dom is not a snake at all. Yo, shout out to Lala, man. Lala getting them checks. Lala is getting them checks right now. So shout out to Lala. You know what I mean? Antoine says Terry is mad young and she on it like that. It's a dirty game. Yeah, definitely. He mad young. He trying to keep it business. It ain't looking good for T right now. T ain't looking good at all. They not making him look good at all. They making him look like he's sloppy right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Nanette says, yeah, she is hot. Yeah, definitely Lala, man. She getting checks. She getting them checks from The Shy and BMF right now, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody else is doing that right now, you know? Of course, they already shot BMF. So that's done. So now, you know, they already shot The Shy too. So she's just collecting checks, man. Shoot, Lala getting it in. But yeah, man, I thought it was a good, solid setup for BMF. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know if that back and forth Mexico thing gonna get on my nerves. Yeah. You have a final exam? I hope you pass. Antoine Harry says the whole Lamar comeback was wasted. I don't think he done, son. I don't think he done. Just because B Mickey popped him in like the shoulders right here. He ain't done, bro, because you saw it. You saw when they went back to the shot with him on the floor, it's just blood, just a bloody pool. He got up out of there. He gonna get some help, probably from that girl, that big girl that he was trying to get down with. That he got down with. What was it, season 1 or season 2? It was probably season 1, right? When they was in the bathroom on the bathroom floor and he was busting her back out. You remember that, right? Yep. Antoine says we have another act of double dipping. Yep. The female that plays Juke. Love actress. Yep. Oh, absolutely. You talking about Aisha. Yeah, the girl that plays Aisha on Raising Kanan, she was, if you're watching The Godfather of Harlem, she's Frank Lucas's girlfriend. If you up to date, if you watching my recaps, you know she's out of here already. You know what I'm saying? So, but she was on there for a couple of episodes. Definitely. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do I watch football? What do you think about Jordan qualifying for the World Cup? That would be dope. You know what I'm saying? Jordan's the GOAT, man. Jordan could do anything he wants. Play baseball, one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball player of all time in the NBA, period. Not LeBron James. Okay, sorry to, squash your bubble or pop your bubble, but LeBron James is not the greatest. Call me when I'm on the live. I'm on live right now. I'm on live. Nanette, hold on. Okay. What you say? I'm gonna go to a flu. You gonna get a flu shot? Yeah, get that flu shot. Do whatever you gotta do. Get better. Yeah. So like I said, man, BMF, cool. I'll give it a 7. Did y'all watch Straw? If you watched Straw, the movie, Tyler Perry's movie, let me know if you watched it and give me your rating on that. I give that an 8. I give Straw an 8. It was definitely a lot of emotions involved with Straw. And some people gonna relate, some people not gonna relate, some people gonna be like, yo, this is not good. And some people gonna be like, yo, this is one of the greatest movies of all time. You know what I mean? Dealing with single moms and everything they go through with their child, you know what I'm saying, or their children, and all the challenges that they face. And it seems like the world is against them at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's giving them a break. They gotta do it all by themselves. I know about it. You know what I'm saying? My sister had to go through it. You know what I mean? Even though we was there, me and moms, we there as the community, you know what I'm saying, to support her. Still, it was like, they got us. My niece, my sister, they got us. And we got them and they got us. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate to that. Straw, I thought was a dope movie. I don't know what these people talking about, but I thought Straw was dope. And it's the #1 movie right now on Netflix. So make sure you go check out Straw, Tyler Perry's Straw. Definitely a good movie. You know what I mean? So what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So Lala, fam, I'm telling you right now, like Jukebox from Raising Kanan, she also gonna be on 911, I think Nashville. Somebody sent me that up. I didn't post it yet because I've been busy with the fam. But Jukebox, what's her name? Hillary, right? Haley. Yeah, that's who plays Jukebox. Yeah, she gonna be on 911, so she getting work because they already finished shooting Raising Kanan. So we already know Jukebox gonna survive, so she might as well go and get her work. You know what I mean? Go get your work, Juke. Go get your work, man. You know what I mean? So she gonna be on 911, I think Nashville or something like that. So she should be good. She's a good actress. She played Jukebox real well, but again, she's gonna play a totally different person in this. Okay, Antoine, all of y'all, did y'all listen to the Lil Wayne album? If you did, what did you think about this album right here, the Carter 6? What you think about it, man? I want to know. Put it in the chat. What did you think about the Carter 6, Lil Wayne's new album? If you haven't listened to it, let me know. But I listened to it, fam. I listened to it already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to hear what y'all got to say about it. If y'all listen to the Carter 6, what'd you think about it? I'm not going to say nothing. I already said something earlier, but if y'all just came on, let me know what you think about it. Okay. Raup Achman says, solid in your opinion. You saying solid as far as the album? Okay. Look, everybody going, have their opinions, whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Hit a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers kind of trashing it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of not really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? They're not really feeling it. I mean, I'm talking about content creators who actually do reactions on songs and albums and stuff like that. They're not really feeling it. But again, that's just their opinion on how they feel about it. People be hating for no reason. Yeah, I hear you. I feel you, man. I hear you. But you think it's a solid, what would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, out of all his albums, what do you rate this one? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a Lil Wayne fan, because I know there's a lot of Lil Wayne fans out there, a lot of Lil Wayne fans who just die hard, no matter what, Lil Wayne gonna be the GOAT to them. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But some people trashing it. Some people like, yo, that's not his best work. Some people were saying 6 out of 10, he could do better. Okay. That's respectable. That's definitely respectable. Some people giving it a 3, some people giving it a 4, some people saying out of 19 joints or 18 joints, because the intro doesn't count, right? It's just a beat. They saying out of 18 joints, they give it like a 4. They only like maybe 4 or 5 songs on an album out of 19. So they saying the majority of the rest, they not feeling. You know what I'm saying? But everybody, they got their own opinion, bro. If you like it, rock with it, bump it. You know what I'm saying? Do you at this point, because, people could be in a different mood. They could listen to it one time and be in a different space. They could be carrying negative energy, and then they kind of put their negative energy towards an album or towards people. You know what I'm saying? You know how people are, man, People just be in their little moods. Their girl make them mad, their boyfriend make them mad, whoever make them mad, and they just take it out and be like, this is trash. You know what I'm saying? Because they listening to it in a bad mood. So it is what it is. I heard it. I heard it myself, and I'm definitely not hating it. It could have been better, as you said. It could have been better. It could have been better because, while Lil Wayne is not like on my top 5, he's not on my top 5. I do like Lil Wayne as an artist. I like Weezy as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I like a couple of joints that he's done that I thought was fire. Definitely a Millie was my joint. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. He got a whole lot of joints. Been down with the Hot Boys and Cash Money and all of that. So he's been around, but it is what it is. He could definitely do better. He could definitely do better. As far as the production could have been way better. Like, seriously. And then I found out, I don't think a lot of people know this. The executive producer on the album was Wyclef from the Fugees, fam. When's the last time Wyclef did an album, bro? Yeah. When's the last time Wyclef did an album, bro? Like, come on. Why you get Wyclef on the joint? I don't know. What's up, Shauna TV? She says, I like Lil Wayne's work ethic. Can't say Homeboy was lazy. Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that, Shauna. I definitely can agree with that. I think the him not getting the Super Bowl was motivation. I think his people feeling the way they felt about him not getting the Super Bowl was motivation for him to get in the studio. I just wish I could say this from a producer standpoint, a music producer and engineer standpoint. It could have been mixed better. It could have been mastered better. And the beats could have been way better. There's some stuff on there that's like, yo, nah, some beats is all over the place. And then at the same time, there's no, some albums, they got themes to them, right? And some albums have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? They got skits in between, they got all types of stuff. And some of their songs just go. I think the way that they set up the album, as far as the songs, I think that could have been done better. But again, that's up to the executive producer and the artist, right? So like, I think it's like the last song, second to last song, that should have been in the top 5 songs, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So, like, I listen to all music, but I like, you know what I'm saying? I like Weezy, I like his old stuff, you know what I mean? Let me see, he said, L-Rap says, some people just hate because the majority hate it. It's not their own, not their opinion. Right. So they listen to somebody else and they be like, well, If homeboy hated it, then I hate it too, right? They just kind of sheep following the sheep, right? Nobody really got their own self-opinion like me, like many of us. You know, we got our own opinion. We don't listen to everybody else. We'll listen to it for ourselves and then make our own judgment, not based off anybody else. Shauna says, why Clef rocking live with Lauren right now? Yeah, with Lauren Hill. Yeah. But again, like my thing is this. I'll give you my top 5, and then you'll kind of understand where I'm going, right? So my top 5 starts with Rakim the God, Rakim Allah from Eric B. and Rakim. It's number 1. My number 2 is Nas. Okay, that's just me. This is just my list. Number 3, KRS-One. All right. Number 4, out of my top 5, man, it goes back and forth sometimes. Big Daddy Kane. Gotta say Big Daddy Kane. And then my top 5 have been moving around. It's in between for me. It's just for me. It's in between Pac and Big. It's in between Pac and Big. But you know, I'm from New York, so I'm going with Big. Some people say that. It's the nostrils. It's the African nostrils, you know what I mean? It's the African nostrils, absolutely, you know what I mean? So BDP, KRS-One, you already know. And to be honest, like, it's funny you say that because when I was like a teenager, you know, junior high school, well, I was a junior in high school, senior in high school. At that time, we're talking 89, 90, 91. I'm dating myself, of course. You can see the Salt and Pepper, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the OGs. At that time, you know, being a young man, you're always looking for that kind of like father figure or some type of leader to kind of follow when you like 16, 17 years old, you know what I'm saying, while you're trying to learn yourself. And at that time, KRS-One, BDP, you know, Rakim, Public Enemy, in that time period, you know what I'm saying, I was kind of looking up to them. You know what I mean? Just as far as my awareness as a black man in society. And there was a lot of conscious stuff coming out at that time. So yeah, absolutely. That's why at that particular time, I give KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, Public Enemy, you know, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. I give them a lot of props, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Heavy D. You know, so, you know, music is in the blood, DJ, music producer, engineer back then. So I've heard a lot of music and I respect a lot of music. I listen to everything. So to me though, as Raup said, Achman, he could have done better on this one. Production-wise, he definitely could have done better. You know, some of the punchlines, I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Some was like, oh, okay, that was dope. That was pretty dope what he said. You know, but some is like, some people said, and what do you think about this? Show on TV, if you're still here. What do you think about this? Some people said that back in the day, like, let's say the Carter 3, you know, he's rapping about girls. He's rapping about, you know, all of that lean and all of that stuff back then in Carter 3. And that's when a lot of kids, they was like 16, 17 years old that was growing up with Wayne. That's why Wayne is the GOAT to them. But now these kids who was 17, 16, whatever it was back then, now they like knocking on 40. And he's still saying the same thing. Somebody said on TikTok, it was like, yo, he still ain't saying nothing. What do you think about that? They're like, yo, he still ain't saying nothing, even after, you know, we like knocking on 40, we in our 30s now. We talking about the millennials. They're like, yo, we knocking on 40 and he's still saying nothing. He's still saying the same thing. And he grown now with kids and all of this and that. What do you think about that? Let me see. Steven says, shout out to New York. I grew up on Tupac and Big Smalls and Big Pun. Yes, Big Pun, salute. And LL Cool J, absolutely. And don't forget Big L too. Don't forget Big L. A lot of people don't give Lord Finesse his props, man. But shout out to Lord Finesse. Back then, the Digging in the Crates crew, Showbiz and AG. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of cats represent New York back then. They don't get a lot of props, man. They should. They should. You know what I'm saying? Black Sheep. Shauna says, I want to see more rappers play instruments and play different types of songs like Richie Uchiha and a guy named Louis Floyd Henry. Yeah, look, that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a guy, man, he's dope. Oh man, what's his name? His name is very complicated. But my man Pete Rock, he did a beat for him, did a couple beats for him. This dude, he plays all the instruments. I'm trying to remember his name. The dude is fire. He is fire. Plays all the instruments, raps, like the cadence and everything, got it all down. You know what I'm saying? Like he has an old school flow here and there, but he can flip the flows, right? Play any instrument, and he also, now he don't sing, but the cadence and the flow, he can flip it at any given moment. The dude is fire. I'm trying to remember his name, but yeah, man. When it comes to me, I'll tell you. But yeah, he does all of that. Plays instruments, plays the drums, plays all of that, Shona. Yep. Steven says, Big L, yeah, last to music, rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace to Big L, man. You know what I'm saying? Harlem. Shona says, I think people play music for different reasons, not always to make a statement. I think you only get away with that if you are a good musician. Yeah, yeah. You know, I mean, I'll say it like this, because I've been listening to music from soul music to classical music to, you know what I'm saying, of course, hip hop origins, you know what I'm saying, the pioneers of hip hop from the late 70s to the 80s, all throughout to 2025. And I can say this, that, okay, everybody calling me right now when I go live. Okay. I was trying to make a point and then people calling, leaving messages. So what I was saying was, a lot of people have skills when it comes down to lyricism. For the past, I want to say 10, 15 years, lyricism has been lost, okay? And it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. There's been some good music out there, and there's been some terrible music out there where it's just all about just entertain me. Just make me feel good. I don't care what you're saying. You can mumble something. As long as the beat is hard and I'm jumping up and down, I'm having a good time, then I'm good. And that has been the motive, and that has been what has been selling. But now we're getting back to the lyricism, right? Shout out to Common. Common is in my top 10, right? Shout out to 3 Stacks. You know who 3 Stacks is? Andre 3000, right? See, I listen to everything and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the West Coast, East Coast, I love everybody, you know what I'm saying? You put out some good music, I'm down for it. But in the past 10, 15 years, it's been nothing but garbage out here, fam. And it's like, we getting back to the lyricism. Shout out to my guy, Pete Rock, Common, they coming out with the Auditorium Volume 2. They working on that right now. Volume 1 was dope. You know what I mean? We got a lot of people coming with the lyricism now. Shout out to Jadakiss and the Locks, man. Jadakiss and the Locks, they all about the lyrics, all about real hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Locks. Shout out to Jadakiss. Shout out to Ghost. You know what I'm saying? And we need to get back to that. Hip hop is going back in that direction. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. The boom bap is coming back as well. The boom bap is coming back. Shauna says, damn, let me make sure I don't hit this thing. Make sure you can hear me. All right, cool. I'm good. All right. You say, yes, I think the glory of stardom and the oversaturation of hip hop is overshadowing the originality of showcasing great skills. Yes, I love that statement. Love that statement. Yes, I agree. I agree with what you just said. I agree. You agree with my assessment? I appreciate it. Yeah. It's the truth. And it's been going on for a while. And I think the youth are now understanding. And I think Eric Sermon said this. What's up, Monique 69 Ways? How you doing? Let me take this off. Because now we ain't talking about Wayne. We talking about hip hop right now. I'm on location, Mo. We out here. You know, fam house out in Florida. So I think the youth are now catching on to the fact that what they've been listening to for the past 5, 10 years ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, people listening to that mumble stuff and all this and that, they like to be high listening to that because there's no thought that needs to go behind it. Now we getting back to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will, Mo. I will. Now we getting back to the lyrics. Now we getting back to lyricism, real music, real hip hop, right? And I appreciate the 180. I appreciate it going back, you know what I'm saying, to where it needs to be. So that's why I support real lyricism. I support real dope hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? That's what I support. That's what I'm down for. And no disrespect to the youngins that's doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They just doing and being in their creative space. But because, and I was talking to another producer who produced back in the 2000s, man, younger guy. Shout out to my guy, Replay. And they've made it so easy to create music nowadays and to put it on computer and put it out there that anybody could put out anything. And no disrespect to Soulja Boy, but it started with Soulja Boy. It started with Soulja Boy, man. You do your own beats, put it on the internet, and that went viral. So I ain't hating on Soulja Boy, but it started with him putting his own music together, not using the producer, and putting it out there. You know what I mean? And some people, some of y'all was rocking with the Soulja Boy and somebody, you know, it was cute, it was fun, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was youthful. But you know, to us, you know, it was just a party hip hop form, right? Nothing wrong with a party hip hop form. Let me see what you said. Shauna says, I must say hip hop must take a lesson from rock and roll. If focusing on just youth and looks is the music, your music will die. Yep. Which is why gospel, opera, country, and jazz last forever. Yep, I agree with you. We are on the same page, Shauna. We are definitely on the same page. Are you laughing, Mo? You know what it is. Must have talent over looks. Well, you know, a lot of the OGs, a lot of people have been saying that, and I agree. I agree with you, and I agree with them. We got a saying. There was a saying back in the day, which I thought was just like a record exec type of saying. Like the game is for the youth. The game is you know, the rap game is it's a young man's sport. That's not true at this point because hip hop is only 51 years old. I am as old as hip hop or as young as hip hop. Okay? So being that I'm as young as hip hop, I'm still going. If I still put out great product and great music and everything for people to enjoy, the fan base is still alive and there. So that's why a lot of people ain't supporting hip hop right now, because the fan base is not getting what they know and what they're familiar with. So when you got cats like Common and Pete Rock putting out stuff, and 3 Stacks putting out stuff, and all these artists coming back with new albums, you know, shout out to Wayne, shout out to Lil Wayne, man, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about the album, whether you like it or not, the fact that he's putting stuff out for his fans, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Eminem still putting stuff out. LL put an album out. We still waiting on Nas and Primo to put it out. I can't wait till that comes out. Slick Rick is about to come out with an album, you know what I'm saying, on Nas's label, Mass Appeal. So, you know, I'm waiting for all of that. I'm still a fan. I'm still going to rock it. You know, if I was still DJing, I'd still be playing all that stuff, you know, because they know how to rock a crowd. They have talent. The problem is that the youth, and again, I got mad love for the youth. I got mad love for the millennials. I got mad love for everybody. But the fact that some of y'all disrespected the OGs, the Gen Xers, and the Gen Zs who created their own level of hip hop when it comes down to performance. You know what I'm saying? LL is one of the ultimate performers when it comes down to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to DJ Jazzy Jeff from DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, one of the baddest DJs on the planet. DJ Scratch, EPMD, Redman, Method Man, the Wu-Tang Clan. Come on, man. That's my era right there. And they still rocking till this day. They can step on the stage. This is what Eric Sermon said, and I'm gonna read your comment in a minute. This is what Eric Sermon said. He said, the stuff that we did 20, 30, 40 years ago, we can go on the road and we can perform that and people will love that and people will pay to go to a show. The stuff that a lot of cats are doing right now, it doesn't have longevity to it. Some of it is just not good music. It's just entertainment for today. Then you forget about it. There's no replay value to it. So 10, 20 years from now, what are these kids really gonna go back and say? Oh, I remember, They don't remember. What song do they? Oh, I remember that song. Yeah, da da da. By then they're gonna be older and they're gonna be like, yo, that song is trash. There's no longevity. There's no replay value. It's not a classic. You know, a lot of cats are not putting out work for it to be classic anymore. They just putting out work just so they can go viral. It's not the move. It's not the move. You know. So at the end of the day, we gotta support the artists that we appreciate, the artists that put out classics back in the day. Rakim is coming back with another album as well. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta support them. We gotta support them. All right, let me read your statements. Monique 69 says that's when most technology was on the rise, creating software and ish. Yep. Not everybody, right? Everybody's a producer, right? Which they're not. They're button pushers. Some of them are just, you know, shout out to them. I'm not knocking any young person that's doing this. I want everybody to win. Shauna TV says there's no reason KRS-One isn't pushed just as hard as the new artist. Yeah. But again, you know, I'll say it like this. KRS-One is in my top 5, but there's a lot of stuff that he's done after he was at his prime that kind of makes us question some things. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to music, yeah, we love the music. The music is dope. But then there's some questionable things that kind of make people not want to support. You know what I mean? If you understand what I'm talking about, you know, you'll, what they say, never meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed, you know. And there's some things, questionable things that was done. And I'm not saying KRS-One only, but there's some questionable things that was said and done that kind of turn fans off. That's why a lot of us don't support some of the artists from back in the day that we love. You know what I mean? So, Monique says, not me, especially when it comes to the arts. Yeah, I feel you. Shauna says, I agree about longevity. Yep. Monique says, especially that mumble rap or nursery rhyme stuff that was out. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. We said it before, and we're going to say it again. It ain't going to last. And it's not lasting. People are going back. People are going on YouTube. People are like, yo, what is this Tribe Called Quest? Younger cats are going back to the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And being like, yo, this was dope. De La Soul was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like this. They dancing, doing TikToks now to older music. Right? Why are they doing TikToks to older music? Because it's dope. Like, you cannot deny dopeness. You know what I'm saying? It's undeniable when you put out some classic music. Nas is the #1 as far as longevity, as far as the work that he has done in the past, and the work that he's doing now is killing everybody. It's killing everyone. Nas is #1. He put out, 6 albums before he turned 50. Boom. Now he's working on everybody else's album. Gonna put them out. Come on, man. Salute to Nas. They're definitely going back, and some are sampling now. Oh, yeah, they've been sampling. Shauna TV says, yeah, at the longevity, the nature of entertainment has changed. The record companies had control and the repetition of what you heard, and the artists, yes. Now they don't have that much control anymore. Most of the control is in the artist's hands. You know what I'm saying? The best deal right now that anybody can have is the deal that Kendrick Lamar has with UMG. You know what I'm saying? Where they're just distributing and they get a piece and he gets a piece, and it's a fair deal. You know what I'm saying? That Kendrick Lamar has with UMG. You know what I mean? So people need to definitely take notes on that. What up, Lawrence Report? What's good? Yeah. Florida's humid, my brother. It's all good. Florida is humid right now. You know what I'm saying? My niece is at work. Sister sleeping, you know what I'm saying? I'm outside. We outside. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling this humidity. I don't really have humidity in Vegas, so we taking in the humidity. Shona TV says, the internet humbled the star from God to regular human. From untouchable to in touch with a comment. Shauna TV is breaking it down for real, for real. I need to follow Shauna TV. Everybody, let me see what Shauna TV is about. She dropping some science over here. You know what I'm saying? Let's subscribe and I subscribe. We definitely gonna follow each other. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You know. Family house. You know what I mean? We do what we do. We make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? We 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 bless. We bless. We just say it like that. We bless. We bless. We bless. Yeah, fam. So again, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't start my content yet, but okay, soon. All right. Hey, it's all good. We can still follow each other, subscribe to each other, follow me on IG. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on IG. We'll chop it up more about the music thing. I mostly do TV recaps and reviews over here, but you know, I'm a music guy too. So I talk about music as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very supportive guy. Check out my guy, the Lawrence Report as well, and Monique 69 Ways. Those are my partners in rhyme and crime. We do a lot of live discussions together, so definitely check them out too. Absolutely subscribe to them. They can subscribe to you as well. But yeah, man, I want to make sure and want my artists from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? 90s, 2000s, you know what I mean? 80s, 90s, 2000s. I want them to put out some material because the youth need to know. Now, whether they paying attention or not is not up to them. But put out the dope music and we gonna promote it if we truly love it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the bugs, man. I don't got bugs in Vegas. We got bugs out here. Ain't no grass in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but rocks. But now we got bugs up in my face. You know what I mean? Yeah. Definitely, definitely. But yeah, man. BMF, I gave a 7. Straw, the movie, I gave a solid 8. The Shy, this episode, episode 4, Mother's Day, it was cool. I give that a 7. I give it a 7. I'm waiting for the turn up, waiting for the turn up to happen. It's about to happen. Between Reg and Nuck, it's about to happen. Tiffany talking about, yeah, she feels like Alicia didn't get the right person. She's right, because she's staring in the eyes of the guy that took out her man, her baby father, Rob, Nuck. So we're going to see what happens with that. And Lil Wayne's album, in my opinion, he could have done, he could have done way better. The beats were not good. The beats were not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, Redman's album was way better than Lil Wayne's album. I'm just being real. Redman's latest album is way better than Lil Wayne's album. Just seen Method in a movie with Kerry White. Oh yeah? It's a new movie? Oh yeah. There's mad movies coming out. Mad movies coming out. Yeah. Not even, bro. You said it was mid, Lawrence? Bro, it wasn't even. It wasn't even, bro. Like, out of 18 songs, man, there's probably a good 3 or 4, maybe 5, 4.5 songs that were good. Oh yes, 2025. Okay, yeah, Meth. Man, he getting work. He getting work. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I want to see more of our people doing their thing. Kerry Washington, absolutely. The 688. If you haven't seen that movie, 688, fire movie. Fire. 688 was incredible on Netflix. Check it out on Netflix. And Straw, man, like I said, people be doing a lot of clickbait. And Lawrence, I know you did a video on it, but people be doing a lot of clickbait with like Tyler Perry stuff, because they feel like Tyler Perry stuff ain't good, but he has some good stuff. To me, even though I'm not a mother, I still related to it. I still know a lot of single moms that's still going through it to this day, as far as trying to take care of their kids and, you know, keep them warm and keep the gas on and stay away from eviction and stuff like that. And man, I know a lot of women who go through that. You know what I mean? So for people to say, yo, it was trash, it's like they just can't relate to and connect with it. That's what I think why they saying, oh, it was trash, it was the worst, because they can't relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Some people never been in a situation where they was in a single family home and watched their mother struggle. You know what I mean? Some people have never, they probably got friends like that, and they probably down their friends because they came from a 2-family home and they was always straight with their parents. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to nobody. It's just some people can relate and some people can't. So Lauren says, I didn't like the new Tyler Perry joint, but I understand the message of Taraji acted her tail off. Yeah, she did. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I personally liked it. I personally liked it because I'm just saying it, and there's no disrespect to nobody because of where I'm from. I'm from the ghettos of Harlem, New York City, 135th, Lenox, 145th, Broadway, and Amsterdam. And I've seen and had a lot of friends whose mother was the only one holding them down, and they had to share clothes, and they was on welfare, and they had the welfare cheese, and you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, if you can't relate, I'm telling everybody, if people just can't connect with it, just say you can't really connect with it. You know what I mean? Because there's some people out there that can, and I'm not saying you, Lawrence. I'm not talking about you at all. I'm just talking about people in general. You know. Shona TV says, I can't wait for 28 years later, and the new Predator movie, yeah, and the new Alien and Earth series. Okay. Yeah. I'm open for that. Give me Predator. Give me some more Predator. I like the Predator. Yeah. You know, man. Like there's some things I can't relate to, right? Like that's why I didn't watch Sisters, because I couldn't connect with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying going to say Sisters is bad, because I never really got into it to watch it, to give it a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? And whether you like it or not, that's okay. You know, I'm not here to defend Tyler Perry, but I know Tyler Perry does some great work. And some people, you know, they kind of use clickbait because they know that the majority of people that don't like Tyler Perry are going to click on their video or their live stream to talk bad about Tyler Perry's movie and all this and that. It's just clickbait at this point. It's like, we know your motivation. We know you're gonna put in your title, oh, this was the worst movie ever, just so you can get people to watch, so you can give your opinion, talk negative about it, but yet you liked a lot of the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's clickbait at this point. Yeah, I know Tyler got his hits and misses. Yeah, exactly. Like to me, Duplicity was a miss. Simplicity was a miss for me. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really talking about it no more. We talked about it. We moved on to the next. Straw, to me, is a hit. And I think people going to get it on the back end. I think more women are going to talk about it. I think more mothers are going to talk about it. I think more people are going to come forward as kids of the single mothers who struggled and went through something similar. Not like what Janaya went through in that movie Straw, because that was just extreme, fam. That was just back to back to back to back. And the twist at the end was crazy. DeMarcus says Straw reminds me. How does it remind you to set it off, bro? What, because of the bank thing? Yes and no. Yes and no. Because of the bank thing? Yes and no. I would say yes and no. You know, they intentionally went in there to rob the bank. She just went to cash her check, bro, to get $40 for her child, which the twist at the end was crazy. If y'all saw it, did you understand what happened at the very end when they showed her standing there, when the branch manager told her, or when she found, no, her mother told her what happened to her child. I'm not trying to spoil it for those people who haven't seen it. Did y'all understand when she stood there and ran everything back in her head? People ain't reading it, bro. Exactly, fam. Exactly. What up, support game? What's good? What's good? Fam, that's what I'm saying. How can you say that this joint was not good when he did what he did at the end? All this time we thinking it's this, and it's not. Yo, that is excellent writing to me. I don't know what people are talking about. I don't know if they just don't want to deal with the emotions that's attached to it, so they can't give it the fair, judgment. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't deal with the emotional side of it because it's very emotional on a lot of different levels. So a lot of people kind of like push that away. They don't want to deal with the emotional side of it. You know what I'm saying? Person like me, I'm like, bring that on so I could take in the emotions so then I can feel what you're about to do at the very end. That completes my understanding of what's really going on. Yeah, 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 bruh. Like we got to talk about it, man. We really got to talk about it, man, because that twist. Hey, what's going on, Brees? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, love? How are you? How are you? Good to see you, fam. It was a crazy twist, and we gotta talk about it. I think we need to talk about this live because a lot of people I think didn't get it. A lot of people didn't get the ending of what happened, fam. Some people saying what they saying. Brees, what you think about Straw? Did you see Straw? What you think? What you think? I already know you're gonna give me your honest opinion. What's up, support gaming? Shona TV says, I just want the new Blade to flop. Oh, they're not even making it anymore. They deaded the whole thing, Shona TV. They deaded the whole thing. Mashula, he stepped away. I think Wesley Snipes stepped away because they was doing some all crazy stuff. So they can bring back Wesley, the real Blade. Absolutely, Wesley Snipes is the real and one and only Blade. But as he is up in age, it'll be hard for us to kind of like watch it. I'll watch it though, because Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? Support gaming, yeah, coming back in 2055, exactly, because they just can't get it right. You know what I'm saying? The actors is just like, yo, what are y'all trying to get us to do? Like the first time I heard them talk about Blade, they said that Mashula refused to do it because they was about to make Blade like the second actor, not the number one in the movie. Like he was gonna be a secondary character, and they was gonna make some lady, like it was some real woke stuff. Like that's what they call it. They call it woke. We know what woke really means, but they was about to make some woman the main character in Blade, and it's like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Nothing against women. I love women, but this is Blade. You know who Blade is. You know what Blade is about. Give us what we want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to see Straw, Shauna TV. Definitely got to see. Got to watch that. Watch that after this. Bree says, how you doing? I watched it yesterday. The first half was doing too much, but the second half grew on me. Okay. Okay. Okay, Brees. I'm glad it grew on you. Your first half was the setup. It was wild. It was so wild, right? It was just, if you was having a bad day, take that bad day and multiply it by 20K or 20X, right? 20X bad day. It was pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy. Shona TV says, I love when Wesley made the cameo. Oh yeah, everybody in the movie theater screamed when Blade Wesley Snipes walked in real slow in Deadpool and Wolverine. Crazy. I screamed. I was like, ah. Nah, I wasn't like that, but I was just like, yo, you know what I mean? The market says people always have something to speak because things are different and not predictable. Yes, my guy. You're speaking the truth, my guy. You are speaking the truth. You are speaking the truth, my guy. It's true. People just want what they want and they don't want to feel uncomfortable. And I think Straw has made a lot of people uncomfortable. And you know why I think people dislike Tyler Perry joints? I gotta be honest, I'm a Tyler Perry fan. Like who he is and what he went through, he's inspirational, man. The man went from homeless to a freaking billionaire. And he put a lot of people to work. You know what I'm saying? Actors, PAs, the people behind the scenes. Like he got hundreds of people money, you know what I'm saying? Took care of people during COVID, made sure the actors and a lot of people was taken care of, man. And COVID, when they couldn't really make money, when everything was shut down, you remember that? So a lot of people don't give Tyler Perry the respect that they give him. Now, on a movie level, cinematic level, yeah, there's some things it's like, I wasn't really feeling Duplicity. Wasn't really feeling a couple of other things, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really open to sisters and stuff like that. But I love Ruthless, Tyler Perry Ruthless, The Oval, love The Oval, and love 6888, right? Love that movie. And I like this movie here. I like this movie. I think people just need to sit with it for a minute and just try to absorb what he was trying to do in this. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do. Yeah. Sisters is, like I said, sisters are cool. I'm never gonna say that sisters is trash. I'm never gonna say that Zatima. I just can't connect with it. That's okay though. Somebody out there loves sisters, and that's cool. Somebody out there loves Zatima. That's cool. I love the fact that y'all love it. I don't like brothers. The brothers, I hate that show. And that's Tyler Perry. I do not like it because I don't feel like the brothers are really brothers. They don't really connect to me. But again, my point is that a lot of people can't connect with Tyler Perry, and it's just my opinion, or don't want to connect with what he's doing, because a lot of times Tyler Perry is putting up a mirror. Tyler Perry puts up a mirror to the Black community. And a lot of people in the Black community, they strive to get away from seeing the images, getting away from seeing, you know, the behaviors and the speech, you know what I'm saying, that some of us in our community speak like. A lot of people have strived to be, you know, the high eyebrow people, as he says, and they went out, they strive to get away from the ghettos of our community. So when Tyler Perry shows the ghettos of our community, a lot of people don't want to see that. They don't want to relate to it. They don't connect to it because they went outside of the community. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting outside of the ghetto. Nothing wrong with getting a good job and taking your family outside of the ghetto, going to the suburbs or going wherever, buying, you know, getting the American dream, as they say. Nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people don't want to see it. And a lot of people get uncomfortable with seeing, you know, the tropes and seeing certain things that they saw in the hood if they ever grew up in the hood. And some of us have never grew up in the hood, so we can never connect with it at all. But like, oh, all they do is say, oh, look at that ghetto stuff. Because they never grew up around it. So they can't relate to it, they can't connect to it. You know what I'm saying? I've had the opportunity, and I say the opportunity and blessing of being born in Harlem Hospital, being born and raised to a certain point in my life in the ghettos of New York City. You know what I'm saying? If I look back and say, you know, would I change it? I would never change it, because what I went through and what I experienced made me into the person I am today. And I appreciate it even more as I've now moved far away from the hood and the ghettos, you know what I'm saying? And every now and then I go back. Is it necessary for me to go back? No. Do I want to go back just to see what the hood looks like now? It's gentrified now. It's gentrified. All the Europeans moved in there, white folks moved into the hoods, certain parts of the neighborhood, right? They bought it up. But some people have never experienced that, and I don't knock you for not experiencing that. Your parents did a good job of keeping you away from the ghetto, keeping you out of the ghetto. And I salute your parents for working real hard to get you there. But my thing is this: never look down on the people who started in the ghetto, because there's a lot of people who are wealthy right now who lived in the ghetto, who started in the ghettos that you call, you know, people ghetto. They lived there, they grew up there, and then they grew out of it, and then they elevated, and then they connected with the right people, and then they used their talent to get to where they were. So never look down on your people for coming from the ghetto. Now, of course, the ghetto things that they do, we don't like it. We gonna shout that out. You know what I'm saying? The ghetto things that people do and the ignorance, we ain't down for the ignorance. But we shouldn't look down on each other because we was born in a place because our parents were poor. You know what I'm saying? And then we became more well off to the point that we can move out of, you know, the certain areas. But we shouldn't look back and look down on our people because they were on their journey too. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take. Let me see what my peoples was talking about. All right, cool. Let me see. Lawrence says, that's deep. DeMarcus says, this is why I love the Shy BMF, because it's different and unpredictable. Yes, sir. I'm with you on that. DeMarcus says, people hate looking in the mirror at the truth. Exactly. That's why a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, as Tyler Perry calls them, the highbrow Negroes, A lot of people want to look down on what Tyler Perry's doing. He's just doing this. Tyler Perry don't live in the ghetto no more. Tyler Perry don't live in the abandoned buildings no more. Tyler Perry ain't homeless no more, but he is showing exactly that there's some things that are like, okay, very extreme that we don't want to see, right? There's a lot of extreme stuff, you know, that we don't want to see. But again, what you put on TV, it multiplies by 10 times, right? So it's just bigger than life when it's on TV. Let me see what y'all talking about. Sean the TV says, yeah, I love how Sisters and Satima connects to all the Queens men. Absolutely. Sean the TV says, I'm still in New York City, not in the hood, but New York City. Oh, okay. Where in New York City? I'm from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Where in New York City? Downtown, uptown, where you at? This is why I relate to the villains of the shows. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, because DeMarcus, we've been rocking for years, right? So I don't want to call them villains. I call them anti-heroes, right? We call them anti-heroes because in some ways, sometimes they do some noble stuff, right? To help somebody out, even though they do it in an evil way, right? They do it in an evil way, but they helping out somebody in their fam, somebody in their crew. So I call them anti-heroes, right? Sean the TV says, okay, Northeast Bronx, I grew up with Big Tig. Oh, that's what's up. So you know what I'm talking about, Shauna. Shauna, you know what I'm talking about. Let me see, Shauna. I may know you. I gotta look you up. Follow me on IG. I'll follow you back. BX, all my cousins was in the BX. I was always in the BX playing ball. University Ave, of course, Fordham, you know what I'm saying? The buildings over there. Man, I was all throughout the Bronx. A lot, you know. I remember back in, I want to say the 80s. Me and my cousins, we would always just kind of go from hood to hood, ball court to play. You know, we have our basketball and we would play whoever, right? We would go through the hoods. I remember back in the 80s, like probably had to be mid 80s, early mid 80s. Me and my cousins, they was older. No, I was always tall, so everybody thought I was my cousin's age. You know, they was in their teens and I was like maybe 13, 14, but I was almost as tall as them. So we used to walk through the hood, and you know how you seen B Street, you seen B Street, the abandoned buildings, the burning buildings. Yo, we was walking through all of that stuff in the Bronx, yo, all of it, trying to just get back home like we was the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Remember that movie, The Warriors? Man, so I love it though. I love that I experienced that. Just seeing the abandoned buildings and walking through. Of course, we had to show respect to everybody's hood that we walking through. Yo, what's up, all right? And they saw that we was tall. They saw that we was like basketball cats or whatever. So they showed us, you know, they was like, what's up, all right? And nobody tried to test us, you know what I mean? So shout out to my guy, DeMarcus Vaughn with the super chat, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Said, which character return was the most impactful? Lamar, B. Mickey, Reg, or Unique? Wow. You got some great questions, bro. Like, shout out to my guy, DeMarcus, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a vacay MVP. Got that blue wrench right there, down with the blue wrench squad. My guy got the great questions, bro. Whew. I would say the most impactful one that I think rocked us was Unique. I say Unique. Unique was the one that rocked us all. Because some of us really believed that Unique, you know, Joey Badass was going on tour and they fooled us. I think some people was like, no, I don't believe it. But shoot, I believed it. I was like, oh, he done. But it's episode 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when he did come back, I think it was the most impactful for all of us fans who are Raising Kanan fans. Some people may say Lamar. Lamar, when he came back that first time, I'll say Lamar was second. So Unique is first, and then Lamar second, because the way that Lamar came back in BMF, we was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, we thought he was going for real. So the first time he came back, not this time. This time it's like, okay, he was on crack. It is what it is. Now he gonna be rehab singing "We Shall Overcome," which is funny, right? So I think the first time when Lamar came back, that's number 2. And then I would say Reg and then B Mickey. If I were to put it in order, Unique, Lamar, Reg, B Mickey. I'll put it in that order as far as most impactful. Shauna says, Uptown, baby. Uptown, baby. We hold the ground, baby. We hold the crown, baby. Get down, baby. Yeah, man. I love the BX. I love New York City, man. I was so told my sister because my sister, you know, I was born in Harlem. She was born in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So, I asked my sister. I was like, "Yo, you miss New York City?" She's like, "Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. We miss it, but we chilling. We out here. We out here. You know, we don't miss it that much, but we out here. You know what I mean?" Shauna says, "My dude Johnny Juice, the DJ, was one of the B-boys and Beach. Stop playing. Ah, man, salute. Later became the session DJ for Puff. Stop playing, Shauna. Wow. Yeah, we gotta connect, yo. We gotta connect. We gotta connect for real. Man, one of my favorite groups of all time, Public Enemy. Or as my man John was it John Witherspoon? Or was it my other guy? Public Enema. Yeah, man, like you know, dope. You said Reg? Reg was the most impactful for you? I don't know, bro. Cause you know why? Cause we knew Reg was coming back. That's why it wasn't as like boom. Now, as far as impacting the show and going to turn it on its head, I think Unique is still number 1 because I think Unique is still turning the show on its head. Reg is doing this thing as far as the influence and stuff like that, but we just saw a whole different side of Reg where he's really not that menacing, man. You know what I'm saying? He a family man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down with my brothers if they down for me, da. Like Unique, he don't give a F. Yo, Kanan took out my brother and just told me he would do it again. He ain't a family man like that. Unique is a straight menace, B. Straight menace. And Reg, come on, man. To me, Reg and Nux should have just shot it out right there inside of Nux' house, B. You know what I'm saying? You don't go to the man's house and say, yo, I want my crew back. And he's like, nah, you're gonna take it over my dead body, and I'm gonna make sure you dead. And then don't do nothing? Boo. I was mad at that ending. DeMarcus. I wanted it to pop off. But anyway, fam, like, New York, man. I love New York. Period. It's cooling down now. Y'all see the sunset? Y'all know I love the sunsets, fam. Can y'all see it? What y'all see? Y'all know I love the sunsets, man. We out here in that Florida, man. These Florida streets, man. It's just beautiful out here. Breach. They brought back Reg with no character development. Let me think about that. I would say there was no like foreshadowing of him coming back, right? Like we knew it on the outside, industry wise, we there was buzz that he was coming back, right? But yeah, I mean, I guess I could agree with you, but it's like it kind of slipped him in real quick. It's like, yo, we got to make the show better. How we gonna make the show better? Let's bring back Reg. Yeah, Reg. He wasn't buried in the ground, right? So let's bring him back. It's like, yeah, let's pull one out, a wrench. Let's pull a rabbit out our ass and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? See how the people love it. Everybody want Brandon back, though. Everybody want Brandon back, and they mad about the whole situation, the way it went down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go on TikTok and look that up because there's a whole bunch of stuff on TikTok about, the actor that played Brandon on The Chi and his girlfriend and the allegations and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, bruh, this was so long ago. Like, you could just bring him back at this point. But, Lena Waithe, she explained it. She's like, yo, I don't run the show. Like, Showtime owns the show. I write it, then I sell it to the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on there to direct or whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, it's Showtime who is the one that pulls the strings, even though she's the face of the executive producer and she's a, award winner. She still doesn't control who comes on or who doesn't. She has an influence on it, of course, because she knows the actors and she knows the people. But at the end of the day, that's a good look. That's a good look. You got the sunshine shining on your face. You know what I'm saying? That's a good look. So she explained it on the show that, she just wants her actors to feel comfortable around other actors. And they say that the guy that played Brandon made his girlfriend on the show feel a little uncomfortable. He probably got a little bit too close, got a little bit too familiar, may have been trying to holler. She felt uncomfortable, uh, told somebody, they went to HR and something like that. It is a whole big story, man. I wish they would just bring Brandon back, though. I really do. Because he was like the heart of the show, man. Him and Kevin was the heart of the show. What's up? What's up? What's up? Stacy Oddity in the building. What's good? What's good? I see you. Bree says they could have brought it back with a balance of street dude with more maturity. He's still childish and hot-headed. Yeah. And I think that's what they wanted, though. Because the way that they're writing Nuck, he too much of a pretty boy to me. He too much of a I want to change. I want to be better for my son. I want to have God in my life and all of this and that. There's no other menacing villain character that we see that has taken this path. You know what I'm saying? So, the street dude who wants to make a difference in his life, that's fine. But you just took out one of the most menacing characters on the show. And now it's like, yo, I'm running the show, but if you disrespect me, I'm gonna take you out. But let me go over here and holler at Pastor Zeke and see how I can change my life for my son. Let me go help out Tiff and, be googly eyes and try to hit on her and try to kiss her, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm in love with Keisha. It's very complex, very all over the place. So it's like, who do we bring in that ain't gonna care about none of that, ain't gonna care about his brothers, but care about his brothers, gonna do whatever it takes to get money, you know what I'm saying? And just mess up the whole thing. Cause Trig ain't gonna mess up nothing no more. Trig is Victor now. Even the guy Luke James said, I saw him on an interview with the rest of the cast, he even said, because there was somebody who made a comment on Twitter, I think, and he said, yo, Victor's cool, but we want Trig back. And he even said, yeah, I want Trig back too. Everybody want Trig back, So until Trig comes back, the most menacing character on the show gotta be Reg, and you're not gonna like him because nobody liked him from the beginning. Nobody's gonna like him, Sport gaming, okay. He says, Brees, Larry, that's honestly realistic. A lot of people, especially in the streets, don't evolve. That's true. That's true. That's true. I agree with you. It was buzz to bring back Unique. It was buzz to bring back Unique. Back also, that was trash because Ronnie was a better villain than Unique. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Was he? Was he? Shauna says, sometimes those cable shows fumble the writing like they did with the ending of Game of Thrones, right? That was the most disappointing ending. Yeah. Unique was a family guy. Yeah, he was until he got knocked over the head. Now it's like, now you capturing your family. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna stay in this apartment. You don't worry about your mother's dialysis. Blah, 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 right? It's getting smoky. It's getting smoky in Southside. He basically captured Panessa and her son and said, yo, you gonna stay right here in this apartment. You know what I'm saying? So once he got hit over the head, things changed. Support Gamer says 6 years later, still disappointed. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah, so I mean, look, I'm giving it a chance, DeMarcus. I'm giving it a chance. I'm gonna see where it goes. Brees, I know you're not feeling Reg. A lot of people ain't supposed to feel Reg. We don't like Reg. We're not supposed to like Reg. They're trying to show a human side to Reg in this Mother's Day episode where he's loving on his mama, and Trig seems to be the one that's like don't want to work things out. because he's still, you know, triggered and he still has those childhood traumas that his mama put on him, being that he had to raise pretty much the boys, you know, Jake, because basically mother was on drugs, so she couldn't raise him, right? So Trig had to step up. Yeah, let me see. Sport Gaming says Panessa shouldn't have listened to Unique. Now she about to get smoked with her son Balu. Exactly. Exactly, fam. So at the end of the day, we're gonna see what happens in season 5, which will be next year. Bree says, I didn't mind Reg in season 1 and 2, but this far in the show, bringing him back should have required character development. Yeah, I hear you. I think they just throwing him back and saying, okay, let's see where we left off, right? Let's see where we left off. Let's see what we can shake up. He's strictly there to shake things up. Okay? He's strictly there to shake things up. And he's already doing that with Jake, right? To the point that Jake don't want to sell clothes no more because Reg is like, yo, it's gay to sell clothes, which is crazy. This is something that he would say though. If we watched those seasons, those episodes, like we knew that he was that dude to say whatever the F that he wanted to, didn't care how you felt about it. That's Reg. They say Unique's characters all over the place. Not Reg. We'll see. We'll see how Reg's character does it. His whole intention is to get paid, start up stuff again, take over the crew, right? We only got really 2 episodes of Reg. You know what I'm saying? Only 2. So let's see what they do with him before we kind of place judgment on what Reg is doing, what he's not doing. I ain't really see nothing yet from Reg except for him roughing up Jake like he used to and trying to get Hannibal to give him a product that's going to sell, and him rolling up with Jake on Nuck and Bakari. That's all I saw so far. So, and then him being like, come on, man, I brought moms for Mom's Day so we could celebrate, right? That's it. He ain't really do nothing yet. So we got to give it a chance to see what Reg does before we can say, yo, Reg, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Before we cast a judgment, we got to see what they do with him. We got to see what they do with him. You know, see how it goes down. You know? But yeah, man, like I said, we out here. Oh, let me turn this off. I'm like, we out here, you know what I'm saying, chilling. Shout out to my niece once again on her congratulations. Cum laude, baby, cum laude. We out here in Florida. Shout out to my fam. Let's see. Sport Gamer says, I think season 5 comes full circle with episode 1 of season 4, with Unique's last words being, tell Rock I love her, like he said while he was asleep in ET room. Okay. Marcus says, I actually like Charles and hope Charles and Reg cross paths. Okay. You like Charles. Okay. Charles, boy, in this past episode, it was hilarious. Your man going to every single mama house like, yeah, I'm just wishing you a happy Mother's Day. Can I pray for you? Can I come inside and put hands on you? This dude is crazy. This dude is crazy, fam. Super thirsty, Stacy. Super like, yeah, I just want to come through and just wish you a happy Mother's Day and bless you real quick. I think that last lady that was like, yeah, my husband, you know, my name is Mrs. Smith now, and my husband went to somebody else's house. I think Charles got some from that lady. That lady gave him some. When she let him inside and she looked, yeah, I think he got some. Let's see. Shauna says, there are few and far between excellent plot twists, like Star Wars Vader telling Luke he is his father, right? Yeah. See, we don't. It's funny you say that, Shauna, because I'm like, yo, what happened to the element of surprise? Like this, I'm tired, and I don't know where this came from or why it started or whatever the case is, But I remember when movies didn't leak stuff. I remember when studios didn't leak stuff. You know what I mean? I remember when it was like, yo, you want to find out what happens? Go see the movie. You want to find out what happens? Watch the TV show. And they wouldn't leak nothing. There was always an element of surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a level of secrecy. And I like those days, man. Now it's like Cash is like, yeah, the studio screening is saying that the movie didn't do well with the screening. Like, why are you putting that out there? That ain't our business. You know what I'm saying? Just make a great movie, just make a great show and give it to us so we can be surprised about it. You know, they be giving leaks and talking about the screening wasn't good and be like, yeah, such and such supposed to be in it. Like, why are you telling me? Like the studios be spoiling it for us now. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. Stop spoiling it. Let us have the element of surprise and be like, oh, okay, cool. Like we knew Reg was coming back way before he came back. We knew. Why do we know that? Because studios are leaking it. Yeah, you ain't supposed to leak. Nobody's doing that no more. What happened to the NDAs? Like you ain't supposed to say nothing. Support. Just wait. The Mandalorian is leading up to the epic movie. Yeah, I heard about that too. That's another discussion for another time. I hope it does well, man. I've lost faith in Star Wars. I'm slowly losing faith in Marvel, the way that they're handling certain things. It's kind of like, what are y'all doing? What do you say, Stacey? The African what? Butterscotch? Oh, okay. People don't like waiting. Yeah, they want us to They want us pandering. Yes, I know they don't like waiting, but I remember when studios made us wait. It's like, wait. Like it's like the audience has taken control of the studios and dictating what the studios should put out there. And it's like, bruh, no. Bring that back. Bring it back to the old school when it was like, boom, you get a glimpse of this, a glimpse of that, and then we could be like, yo, this is gonna happen. Yo, I think such and such is gonna be in it, but they didn't confirm it. Like I don't know for sure, so I gotta go see the movie to see if this person's in it or see if this happens to this character. Bring that back. Like to me, it's like the value of shows and movies have declined because they're giving away the surprises and the plot twists. It's like, bruh, wait. You impatient ingrates, not you. I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the other people. Wait for it to come out. Let me see. Marcus says we need more plot twists in shows. Yes, we do. That's why y'all got to see Straw. Watch Straw. Stacy Odyssey says, I'm so thankful no one spoils Sinners. Yeah, see? Nobody spoils Sinners, right? Right? But even, that's what I'm saying, like Warner Brothers is behind Sinners, right? Okay. Ryan Coogler ain't let no cat out the bag and made sure no cat was let out the bag before Sinners was released, right? And we watched it and we saw it and we loved it and we went back to see it again and again. There's people that's seen it, I know, 5-6 times in IMAX. Why? Because the method was element of surprise. Yeah, we know Michael B. Jordan playing Stacks and Smoke, right? Dope, that's dope, right? What's the element of surprise? We knew there was gonna be a vampire element in it, but we didn't know how far it was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what was gonna happen. It was an element that we wanted to know more about. That's why we went to go see it. And the way that it was written, the way that it was shot, everything was just amazing, right? Everything was just amazing. Stacey Odyssey says, I'm so thankful. Okay, no spoilers. Shauna says, oh, by the way, Shauna, you're number one right now. You're number one in as far as the community. You press that crown right there. You're number one right now. DeMarcus is number 2 and Steven's number 3. Okay. The more you comment, the more you like, the more you share, you'll be number 1 in the community right here in this chat. Okay. Shauna says, you know what's confusing about Star Wars in the time order? It confuses people. Oh, yeah. I think they try to straighten it out. Those people who haven't gotten there yet, yeah. You know, the first three movies wasn't the first three movies. You know what I'm saying? They said that they flipped it. They flipped it on us. They flipped it on us. Okay. We could discuss that. Sport gaming. The industry has a problem. If they can't make any good original movies, they reboot old classics, and then those flop. Yep, I agree with you, bro. Stacy says, "Sure did. I loved the both." Yeah, exactly. Stacy says, "Pick poor Robin clean." Yeah, 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 yeah. Shauna says, "I thought Negan and Maggie of The Walking Dead together uh, in Dead City." Okay, okay. Yeah, number one. Yeah, Sinner's number one. I don't know if it's still number one or not, but I know they had to extend the whole IMAX thing for Sinners because everybody was wanting to see it in IMAX. That should be one of my episodes. Yeah. Marcus says patience is a virtue, however, not in society. But see, here's the thing. If I'm a filmmaker, like I'm gonna do a Ryan Coogler on your ass. For instance, here's an example. While I didn't really like Wakanda Forever, wasn't my favorite. To me, it was too emotional. To me, it was too much reality brought into fantasy. I go to the movies to get away from reality. You brought the reality of Chadwick Boseman's death to Wakanda Forever. Okay, I know you had to show that he was gone, but it was too emotional for me at that particular time. Didn't really like it. But my point is this: we did not expect, nor did we want, our queen. I forgot her name, but you know who I'm talking about. Angela Bassett. We did not know nor expect our queen to be unalive in Wakanda forever. That was not leaked to the public, but it was a major, major surprise. She even wants to come back now and be in, the planes, the planes, the spiritual planes, right? I forgot what it's called, what they call it. But see what I'm saying? Ryan Coogler, once again, nobody leaked anything in that movie, and we were surprised, terribly surprised, but surprised that the queen was drowned by Namor. You see what I'm saying? Or Namor. You see what I'm saying? Keep these things a secret. The element of surprise will make it even better of a film. You see what I'm saying? And not for nothing. I mean, Wakanda Forever did like over 100 million, I believe. So it was like his lowest, but still, like, he made over 100 million at the box office with Wakanda Forever, even though I didn't really like it. You know, Sport Gamer says a lot of people want a reboot of The Wire. No, right? Let it stay a classic. I agree. Let it stay a classic. Stop playing with our classics. Like, leave it alone. And it's like, yo, what is wrong with y'all people? But it's not even the creators that's doing this. You notice? It's the people that actually own the shows and they have no other original stuff coming out. So they're like, you know what we used to watch? We used to have running that was really good? The Wire. Let's do a reboot of that. And it's like, who's in the office? Who's at the table? There should be somebody at the table like, cut that out. Lead a classic a classic. Somebody gotta be the voice of reason and be like, stop playing, yo. Stop playing with the people. Don't mess with that. Okay, let's see. Shauna's TV says, I think I'm interested in Dead City because the setting is in the zombie apocalypse in New York City. Yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see that. DeMarcus says, we will get a reboot of A Different World. Why? You see what I'm saying? Like, why? You might as well reboot The Cosby Show. Nobody asking for it. But why? Just like they try to reboot freaking Good Times with that stupid ass cartoon. You ain't heard nothing about it since because we canned that motherfucker. It's terrible. Terrible. Right? You ain't hear about that Good Times cartoon since we canned it. We got it out of here. Right? Netflix was like, bad idea, done. Right? But come on, man. They reboot A Different World. It's like, why? Who's asking for it? Now look, I was down with the reboot, or it wasn't really a reboot. It was a different adaptation of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? And they came out with Bel-Air. And that first episode, I was like, yeah. First episode, first season, yeah. Second episode, I was like, yeah. I was like, right? I actually didn't like it, to be honest with you. And then the third season, I was like, okay, is it over? And now that Will is kidnapped, and they've run out of storyline for me to be interested in it, unless they make it good. They got to make it good. Let me see now. What do you say? Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Sport Gamer says, I thought Wakanda Forever was decent. I didn't like it, bro. I personally didn't like it because it was just too much. It was too much, you know what I'm saying? Like Chadwick Boseman, like he was becoming like one of my favorite actors, B. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite. Black Panther was definitely emotional for me. There's a personal attachment to the Black Panther, the first original one. So to see this being brought there, which was only right to show him respect that way, you know, it was just too much for me. Support Gaming says they be leaking scripts online a year before the film. Exactly, B. There's too many freaking moles and snakes in the motherfucking industry, and it's all about this right here. Listen, you know, I know you work on a set, man. I will be willing to pay you $10,000 if you give me the script or anything from whatever, and these cats will take the money, and they will do this, and it messes up everything. Sean TV says, yes, about Wakanda, Angela Bassett is fantastic on the series now. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Angela Bassett, she's also not only an actress on it, she's an executive producer on the show. All right? Stacey Odyssey says, yes, you are so right. I say leave the classic alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Nobody's asking for that. You just non-creative executives don't know what to do. You come in there, you a brand new executive, or you are existing executive, or you've been there for a while, you just got promoted, and now you're like, you know what? You know what worked before? Let's try it again. Let's do what's happening now again. No. Leave the classics alone. Period. Yes, thank you. DeMarcus, Queen Ramonda. So Angela Bassett wants to come back as Queen Ramonda in the new Black Panther 3. We'll see if that happens. Stacey Osley says, yes, what did you think of the bombshell of the judge being Christian's mom? That made me so sad. Yeah, it was sad. Super sad. Super sad. Yeah. But I'm happy that they brought it back, right? I'm happy that they answered, that they put this in and showed us like, yo, that was Kristen's mom. Wow, that's crazy. She rolled up on her. It was sad. And I know she was sad hearing that too. Sport Gaming says the Good Times cartoon shouldn't have exactly Support Gaming. Like, and let's not forget who was behind that. What's his name? Steph motherfucking Curry. Get your high yellow ass out of here. And what's the name that did some other cart? Get your asses out of here. Don't be trying to reap. You know what I'm saying? Look. I got family, they brown skin, light skin, dark skin, all types of shades. I'm just saying. Get your ass out of here, bro. Why are you messing with Good Times, bro? I love everybody, man. I love everybody. Okay? Sean the TV says, Will Smith tried to make his character more badass. Yeah. Will Smith's album flopped. If you want to talk about music, that was terrible. It was a bad, like I listened to a couple of songs and I was like I got the stank face. I was like, no. Similar to the way I'm looking at Lil Wayne's album, like, no, I'm sorry. No, The Wire should have a 6th season. Not now. It's too late, bro. It's too late. Too late. It's too late. It's too late. These kids are grown up. Michael B. Jordan is a grown man. Okay, all these other people, and I know they took him out. I'm just saying, all these people, it's not the same characters, bro. It ain't gonna be the same feel. Like, why even try when it's years later? Come on, man. Even so the writers of The Wire, the creators of The Wire, didn't even do a reboot. They did a whole brand new mini-series documentary on HBO, which I did cover. Check it out on my playlist, called We Own the City. All right? And it was a short series, limited series, and it was based on a true story about this corrupt sergeant in Baltimore, and they were robbing the drug dealers and taking their money and planning stuff on these dealers and trumping up charges. It's called We Own the City. It was on HBO a while ago, but I did a whole recap on it. Check that out on my playlist. I thought it was good. And they had what's his name from The Wire? I forgot. But they had a few people from The Wire in this. But these guys, they wrote a brand new story around the real life story of that sergeant who was a corrupt cop and the corrupt cops that was in there. We Own the City. It was pretty good. Pretty good. People will go see The Wire if it comes out in a movie. You think so? Who would be in it that would draw them to see The Wire, bro? Like now. Like I'm talking about actors now. Not the old ones back then. You may want to bring them back, that's fine. But who is going to be the draw to make me and you and the world want to go see The Wire, the movie? Who's going to be in that movie? If you can give me the cast that's going to be in that movie, I may go see it. Sport Gaming says the problem with that is it's been way too long. Yep, season 6 should have came out 2 years after season 5. Yeah, at least 2 years. Steven Harris, what's up? What's up? You back? What's up? What's up? Shauna T says, have you seen The Family Business New Orleans? Oh yeah, I've covered that. Check my playlist, Shauna. Check my playlist. I've covered all 10 episodes of The Family Business. Yep. Everybody from Thelma, from Good Times to Michael Jai White. Yeah. Oh yeah. I cover The Family Business, and I cover Family Business New Orleans. In fact, I did an interview with my guy, freaking Ben Stevens, who plays cousin Curtis in The Family Business. He was also in The Family Business New Orleans. So myself and Tika Deshawn, we did an interview with him and had some fun with him. And also my guy, Rayon Lawrence, he played, one of the characters in The Family Business. He played the brother who got popped. Yeah. So my guy, Rayon Lawrence, we did an interview with him, had fun with him as well. So definitely check out the live interviews, the celeb talk, right? My podcast, VACAY-JayTV Live. Yeah, we got some stuff on here that you may enjoy. And if you want, if it says member only, definitely become a member, because that's when you see the exclusive interviews and everything else like that. Okay. Sport Gaming says, if they want to bring a show back, bring back the Boondocks and get Aaron Magruder back in the writing room. Yeah, a lot of people like Boondocks. And I have to admit to all of y'all, it is what it is. I keep it real. I keep it 1,000. I'm never going front. I'm going to keep it 1,000. Shout out to Pops, by the way. It's my Pops right there. Salute to my Pops. Rest in peace. Love you, Pops. So I ain't even going to hold y'all, man. Like, honestly, I ain't see the Boondocks, man. I never watched one episode of the Boondocks, and the reason why is because, and this is not an excuse, it just is what it is, I was just too old to watch it, yo. And I was just too busy to watch it as well, because at that time, when the Boondocks was out, I was doing a lot of music. I was running a label. I started my own online radio station. I was deep in the music industry when the Boondocks was out. So yeah, I was a little busy, building my empire. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't able to watch it. Nothing against it at all. I heard it's real funny. I got to check it out. But yeah, I haven't seen it. Steven says DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Summertime. That's my favorite. Look at this pool. That's my favorite joint. One of my favorite joints from, if not the favorite joint from DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. Sample from Summer Madness by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Did you know before not Earth, Wind, and Fire, excuse me, Kool and the Gang, my bad, Kool and the Gang, no disrespect. Kool and the Gang. Did you know before Kool and the Gang, if you know who Kool and the Gang is, cool. If you don't, look it up on Apple Music or Spotify. But Kool and the Gang, before they started having this guy JT sing songs, all right, in the 80s, they were a band. That's why I call it Kool and the Gang. They were a band, and they were a live band similar to Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? So they created this dope instrumental of them playing music called Summer Madness. It's still one of the most prolific pieces of music that anybody can listen to today. You can just throw that on. Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness. See, Will Smith, DJ Jazzy Jeff, they took the same name. They took the sample and took the same name of the song and slapped it on their song called the Summer Madness. Right? It's just with Will rapping on it, and he admits that he was trying to rap like Rakim, my number one favorite MC. Here it is, a groove slightly transformed, right? He tried to sound like Rakim, and he admits it. He admits it till this day. So Kool and the Gang, shout out to the originals who created Summer Madness. Kool and the Gang, look it up, listen to it. It's amazing. It's an amazing piece. Whether you or whatever, do that and then throw that song on. You will just go into outer space with Summer Madness. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of my favorite joints. DeMarcus says, no, when people create something new, people bash and criticize creativity. It's all art. Yes and no. Bro, when it's good, it's good. When it's good, it's undeniable, bro. Sinners is original. Yes, it's inspired by some other movies. But Sinners is so loved by the world for the most part. And it's original, brother. So I don't agree with that statement right here that not every person that creates something original is being bashed, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, it's good, period. If it's done well and it's quality, it's not rushed, it's thought out, it's written out properly, it's acted, it's directed, it's filmed properly, bro, by professionals who know what they're doing. Shout out to Ryan Coogler. Shout out to Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 50. Shout out to the Power Universe. If it's done well, we're going to love it. Of course, it's always going to be criticism. Shauna TV says, you know what is scary? The Simpsons and how to predict. I know, right? They predict a lot of stuff. The prediction about Kamala taking over the presidency over Trump hasn't happened yet. That hasn't happened yet. Sport Gaming says The Wire was also inspired by the real Baltimore stories. Omar is based on several real stick-up men. One of his main inspirations was a part of his crew in the show. Okay. What up, Edmund Keeper? Yep, another one, black preacher and conspiracy theorist. Who's that? Who's that? Who are you talking about? I know you're not talking about me. We just having a discussion here. Peace. Okay, so, yeah. They out of here. I didn't even see that. Sport Gamer says the Boondocks isn't for kids, so you can technically still watch it at any time. Okay. I'm gonna check it out, whenever I get time. You know what I mean? Like I'm so wrapped up in these other, there we go, sunset. The sun is, there we go. Yeah. It was more like an Adult Swim type show. I know they was cursing and all this and that, so. Yeah, I heard about it. I just haven't taken the time to watch it yet. DeMarcus says Queen Ramonda could be in a hallucination scene. Yeah, well, that's what she's talking about. She wants to come back and be in the, what's it called? What's it called? It's called something Plane. It's, okay, remember when in Black Panther when, T'Challa, he won the fight against M'Baku, right? And then they put him under the red sand, and they gave him the the vibranium, and they made him drink it, and he went to ancestral plane. That's what it is, ancestral plane. It just came to me, ancestral plane. Yes, so she wants to be in the ancestral plane where all the ancestors are on the tree, and they're all panthers, and they come down and they talk to, whoever. So she wants to be in the ancestral plane, probably for Shuri, right? Probably for Shuri. Let me read your joints right here. Oh, shout out to my guy, the Marcus Vaughn, once again with the super chat. My guy. All right, let me read this real quick. He says, which song is better, All Eyes on Me by Tupac or Gangsta's Paradise? I would love to hear your opinion on this. Bruh. Okay, let me answer this question. I'm a Pac fan, yo. Believe it or not. There are certain songs that touch me from Tupac. Pause. Right? All Eyes on Me is one of my favorite joints from Pac. Because everything he's saying I could relate to. Coolio's Gangsta Paradise is cool, right? It's cool, Coolio. And it was a hit worldwide, you know what I'm saying? Like, won awards and the whole nine. But honestly, I could relate more to All Eyes on Me than Coolio. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go with All Eyes on Me by Pac. You know what I'm saying? Yes, rest in peace to both of them. To both Pac and Coolio. I actually saw Coolio perform that song. I saw him perform at what is it? If you from California, you know what I'm talking about, the fair. I forgot what the name of it is, but there's a fair that goes on, and they had a whole bunch of rappers. They had Salt and Pepper. They had Naughty by Nature. They had I think Kid and Play, and they also had a couple others. But Coolio performed that song, and he was bald and still had hair on the sides, and he made it into like little ponytails. Yeah. Rest in peace to him. So I saw him in concert prior to his unalivement. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me see. I didn't even notice that comment. Yeah, I didn't need the support gaming. Like, I just got to it. It's all good. I got rid of it, bro. Appreciate it. Sometimes real life is crazier than these shows. Yeah, you right about that. What's up, Thedo Jackson? How you doing? Yo, how's it going? Salute to you. Shauna TV says, yeah, rest in peace. Pac what? Make it overrated? What you mean he make it overrated? Yo, I mean, I'm just saying, my boy asked me which one I like better, the Pac All Eyes on Me or, the Coolio Gangsta Paradise. I personally like All Eyes on Me, period. You know what I'm saying? Whether people think he's overrated or not, I like the song. Stephen Harris says, have you seen the movie called Notorious B? Yeah, I have. I've seen that movie, yep. And Notori, who plays Tasha, she was in it. She was playing Little Kim, yep. Sport Gamer says, a lot of people still refuse to believe Pac is dead to this day. Okay, skip for a second. They be coming up with these wild theories that he faked his unalivement and became another rapper called Kill. Yeah, I saw that, man. People still saying Elvis is still alive. People still saying Bruce Lee's still alive. I mean, come on, man. Some stuff I really just don't understand. Coolio hanging. Yeah, he was, Sean. It was like, he looked like a carrot, yo. No disrespect, but he's like a black carrot. Sport Gamer says the movie Notorious 2009 was better. Yeah. Ooh. Didn't which movie was it that the man Anthony Mackie, who's Captain America, he is Captain America. That's Clarence from 8 Mile. What movie did he play like the worst Tupac? I don't know why they chose him to play Tupac. I don't get it. He played Tupac. Was it All Eyes on Me? No, it wasn't All Eyes on Me. It was another movie. I think it was the big movie. He played Tupac, and I was like, why they got Anthony Mackie? Yeah, the Notorious. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, why they got Anthony Mackie playing Pac? Like, no, no, no. Who was in charge of that? The casting, they bad casting. I like Anthony Mackie, but not as Pac, yo. That just didn't even make sense to me. Didn't even make sense to me. Theodore Jackson says people don't understand Pac music and make it like they know it, but from past they didn't comment on it. Now they bouncing back to him, not in a bad way. He's always gonna bring it back. Yeah, there's some late fans. There's some people who are late fans, bro. I remember when Pac was down with Digital Underground. All around the world, same song. I had that record. Had the record. Played the record. You know what I'm saying? Besides the Humpty Hump and all of this, but all around it was a song that was on the soundtrack for the movie that Dan Aykroyd was in. But I remember Pac back then when he was wearing the African ankhs, and he was wearing African outfits and all of this and that. I remember Pac when he had hair and he was rapping. Okay, so I liked him back then. I did. You know, the song that really I really like from Pac that a lot of people don't talk about is "I Get Around." I love that song. I used to play that song as a DJ. Oh, I get around. Step up, step up, step. Like that song was dope. I get around. I love that song. And he was on there with homeboy from Digital Underground, man. Like that song, "I Get Around" is dope, but nobody really rocks that song. That was a fun song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. We got some people who either wasn't up on Pac in the beginning and then they came back to him. Or we have people who was down with him, listened to a couple of joints, and then they moved on to somebody else, and then they came back. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. People gonna like what they like. Let's see. Programming says they just found a bald guy and decided this is. Yo, that's why I didn't like BMF last season. If y'all been rocking with me for the past couple years, y'all know I was pissed off when they showed the worst Pac on BMF when they went to that Jack the Rapper. You remember that last season in BMF? I was pissed. I was like, who is this dude? What y'all doing? I was mad at big. That's another reason why I didn't like last season of BMF. With that terrible casting of Pac. It was the worst. I was mad. I was mad. I was mad. So, it's like, bruh, like, don't do Pac like that. If you're gonna do Pac, make sure, you know what I'm saying? The guy that looked like Pac the most should always play Pac. And when it comes down to Pac, he should be the go-to guy. He was an All-American. What else was he in? He was Tupac in another movie. But this guy looked just like Pac, bro. Have you seen... Shona says, have you seen these organic brain chips? What? One learned to play ping and another grew a little eye. What? Just nuts. Look, I believe it. Look, I believe it. We are at this stage where we have AI, Gemini VO 3, Google now can create a video like this, okay? And you think it's me, but it's AI talking to you just like this, and probably get to the point where it could respond. Like I could probably just upload an AI prompt, and it'd be the live chat. Years from now, it may happen. I may be like, you know what? I'm tired. I want to go spend some time with my people. Let me put on the AI chat, the Vacay AI, right? VACAY AI. And this AI will talk to you guys just like this and answer questions and read the chat and do all of that. It's crazy, son. They say soon you won't be able to tell what's real and what's not. They say the best way to look at AI right now, when you see these videos and they're talking and everything with the sounds, and you can hear somebody eating, like they had Will Smith eating spaghetti. Look just like him. With the smacking, and you can hear all that stuff, right? They said the best way that you can tell the difference is look at the hair. The hair on the person's head is too smooth. It doesn't move the way It's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? That's how you could tell it's not real. So pay attention to the hair and pay attention to the hand gestures. But some of the hand gestures I've seen, they on point. Get ready, fam. Get ready. Get ready. A lot of coders and computer programmers and stuff like that. They about to be out of business, son. All right, let me see. Y'all very active. Hit that like button, fam. If you on your phone, tap the phone like this for me. Tap the phone like that for me. Tap it right there on the middle of the screen. That'll definitely hit the likes. Hit the likes up. Definitely share this out and subscribe if you're here for the very first time. I appreciate you. Straight up, my G. He's been trying to touch the roots. Now it's making makeup crazy. That's crazy, dog. Stephen Harris says the writing screwed that up. Tupac character. Well, the casting, bro. It's the casting. It's the casting, bro. I mean, not only the writing as far as what he said and how he said it, yes, but it's the person that's in charge of casting, finding these actors to fit the character. It's their job, and they the ones that effed it up. That's why I was pissed off. Both songs were fire. I gotta roll with Gangsta Paradise. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Gangsta Paradise, honestly, when I first heard it, it sounded like it needed to be on the soundtrack, and it was on the soundtrack for that great movie. It was a great movie too. I like that movie. What was it? A writer's movie. Remember the white girl? She was in the hood school. I forgot the name of that movie. It was a dope movie. I like that movie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it would definitely sound like it was supposed to be on a soundtrack, and it was on the soundtrack. You know what I mean? So it was cool. Just a little bit too much. Oh, it was too much for me. It was just too much of that opera singing for me as far as a hip hop head. It was it was cool. It was alright, but am I gonna go back again and be like, yo, DeMarcus, when we get to the barbecue, I want you to put on that joint Gangsta Paradise. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm gonna tell you to put on All Eyes on Me way before you put on Gangsta Paradise. Just keeping it 1,000 with you. Sport Gamer says the actor in All Eyes on Me low key looked like Tupac. Yep, too bad that music had a bad direction. It should have been a mini series, not a 1-hour film. Yeah, I feel you on that. But yes, he looked just like Tupac. Oh, the movie. Oh, you mean the movie? Okay, got you. Not the music. Got you. Okay, the movie, not the music. Got it. You can still tell this AI when you look at the fingers. They're getting better with the fingers though. You remember? You remember when before they got into the video aspect, bro? Remember before they got to the video, it was just pictures. You create AI pictures. Man, I would do one of myself. I had like 8 fingers on one hand. This is not too long ago. This is like last year, fam. Last year. And then boom, Google pushed this freaking VO3 out, yo. Bruh, it's over. Cass is gonna be creating AI movies and the joint look real and sounds real. They don't even have to tell it to make the sound. You know what I'm saying? The sound is gonna be there. And be like, all right, make this guy running through the rain. You ever see that one? He's running through the rain. You can hear the pitter-patter of his feet. You can hear the rain coming down. You can hear him while he's running. All AI. All the person said was have a guy running in the rain. That's it. You don't got to put nothing extra. And they filled in the rest. Crazy, dog. Crazy. Marcus says Tupac can't touch Rakim. Okay, so I know you are the king of the community right now, but you're also, what I know of you is you are the king of controversy, okay? You are the king of stirring up the pot, right? That's who you are, DeMarcus. That's your job, and I appreciate your job. I appreciate what you do. Rakim is always my number one, period. Of course, you got people who ride with Tupac till the death, and they may say that Tupac is number one to them. Tupac, again, in my top 5, Tupac and Biggie are like interchangeable at number 5. Okay? Jay-Z is not on that list. Jay-Z is probably in the top 20. Jay-Z used to be up there, and then after, you know, just witnessing certain things about Jay and did that at the third, like he kind of dropped out. Musically, yeah, he kind of dropped out. You know what I mean? Uh, uh, that old Jackson says, "Wow, imagine someone got to play your life, even at this time of age. Yeah, who you know can do that? Snoop Dogg. Mm. Yo, Snoop. I'm not really a fan of Snoop right now. I'm not really a fan of Snoop right now. I don't got no hate for Snoop, but I don't got no love for Snoop right now, dog. It's just I'm kind of in between with Snoop right now because of the way that he's moving. I can't really, you know, like vouch for the way that he's moving right now. You can't typecast Tupac. You can't. You can't. Who did I see? What's that lady name, man? She always cursing. I think she was in Poetic Justice. Played his mom. She was talking about Tupac the other day and how they was in the kitchen and he was smoking. And she was like, "Boy, put out that cigarette. You know I don't allow that in my house." And Tupac was like, "Come on, you know what I'm saying? I pay the bills around here." And she was like, "Yo, shut the F up and put that out." She said that wasn't scripted. And Tupac, he laughed so much they had to cut the scene. They had to chop the scene and do it again because he laughed because it wasn't scripted. So she was like, "Well, put that effing cigarette out, like I said." You know what I'm saying? Like she was being a real mom. And she was just saying how Tupac was always on point. He knew his lines and he could play pretty much any character. Like if Pac was alive, man, I think I honestly can say that if he was still acting, bro, I'm not gonna say he would be up there with Denzel, but I say that he would be definitely one of those actors that's like, yo, Tupac's in this movie, oh, I'm going to see it. Because Tupac always deliver. I think Pac would have been a great actor. The music, I think he would still do music, but I think he'd be one of the leaders of the rebellion against streaming because you know the artists don't get money from streaming, right? You know they gotta have like 1 billion streams to make anywhere close to tens of thousands of dollars, which is ridiculous, fam. That's another story for another time. But I think he would be part of the rebellion against streaming and making sure that artists get paid. I think he would be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Steven says, all eyes on me. Shauna says, NASA found Voyager. It came back with a message, but NASA is afraid to turn it in. In case there's a hidden AI signal. Whoa. I ain't hear about that one. That's crazy. Sport Gamer says, the closet we had to play a young Snoop Dogg in a movie would have been Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, bruh. The things I'm hearing about all of that, man, and Lauren London and her involvement in that and possible involvement allegedly with Diddy allegedly and all of this and that, fam, like if it's true, I'm very disgusted. Yeah, that scene was, yeah, it was in improvisation, yeah, improv, yeah, it was improv, and he laughed. She said he laughed, and he laughed so hard they couldn't even finish the scene. They had to do it all over again, cause she was like a real mom, like, yo, put that effing cigarette. Steven, okay, here we go. Steven says, Jay-Z, you can't knock the hustle. That's my joint. I like the first album. I like certain songs on In My Lifetime, Volume 1. Like Imaginary Player, love that joint. There's another joint on there. There's another joint on the Volume 1 that I like. Hated Sunshine. I hated that song. At that time, I was shopping my beats. And I think people that was involved with Jay-Z was like asking questions, like, what do you think about that Sunshine joint with Babyface and Jay-Z? I was like, that ain't it. You sure you know it? No. I was like, I think that shit. I said, I don't even think Jay-Z liked that joint. Lo and behold, years later, he said he didn't like the joint. He just did it because he had to at the time, because that was what was going on as far as the shiny suits, because Puff was running the freaking show with the shiny suits and the you know what I'm saying? So I was right. It was whack. I never liked that song. He said, yeah, but damn, that guy's a character. What, the last dying breed? Yep, it's just that. He's a puppy too. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sport Game says, I don't blame him. I was laughing too when I saw that scene. Yeah, I was too. Sean TV says, Bill Gates getting heat for discontinuing Windows. What? Window? What you mean, window? Oh, you just deleted it. Okay. Yeah, fam, let me say, man, we've been on for a minute. Fam, this has been great. I got to get back to my family. Y'all my family here, so I want to come chop it up with y'all. Got to get back to my family inside because we got some treats and food and all of this. And now we about to get it popping, you know what I'm saying? I just want to come talk with my people, man. Come talk to y'all. Let y'all know I'm good. Let you know we still rocking the shows. Look out for my Godfather Harlem recap. Definitely gonna make sure that's done. Either before I'm leaving sometime next week. So I'll make sure it's done sometime within the week or probably the same day tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. We're gonna be real busy running around, you know what I'm saying? So definitely we're gonna continue this conversation. You already know what it is. I appreciate all my vacay VIP members, all my MVP mods in the building, support gaming, DeMarcus, everybody. DeMarcus, thank you for 2 super chats today, my brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody for coming through. If you're brand new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Rock with your boy, Vacay. Shout out to you, Dato Jackson. Shout out to you, Shauna TV. Follow me on IG. Sport Gaming in the house. Stephen Harris. Who else came through? A lot of folks came through, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Support Gaming, Stephen Harris. A lot of y'all was real active. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. All right, fam, you know what it is, your man VACAY. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. You know what it is, fam. I'm gonna see you next time on VACAY-Saturdays. And we might go live on, not Monday, because I'm gonna be traveling. So but definitely look out. Keep your notification bells on. It's your man VACAY. Until next time. Salute.